Greetings and welcome to the Nostalgia Critique. I am Mark and I'm with
Dan.
All right. So I see we got a new game here today. Let's see what's going on. Huh.
Wait. Hold on. A customer gave that to you?
Yeah, he just handed it to me. He didn't want to say anything.
Did you give him money for it?
Well, no, we had to evaluate it first. We had to talk about it maybe a little bit, you know.
Because he didn't give you the disc. So I really hope you didn't give money for it.
Oh, that's not good. Well, I guess we should talk about it still, right? Maybe?
Okay, we're not going to pay him though, right?
Well, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll have the case.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So, I mean, this is a classic game from the PlayStation era. Like, have you fond memories from this game? First time you played this game, or
Fond memories from the entire series.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion, I think Twisted Metal 1 was the game that put PlayStation really at the top because didn't really, in my opinion, once again, a lot of people are going to get mad at me. I'm going to have a lot of unpopular opinions in this discussion. So that Twisted Metal 1 was the big one. When they were developing it, they weren't sure what they wanted to do because they had a 3D developer on board and it kind of broke into all these different things. I don't know. What do you think? What's your opinion? I loved playing it. I think that was like the top game for PS1. What do you think?
At the time, yeah, this is actually my first game I got for my PlayStation 1 as well. Funny enough, like this is actually developed by Single Track, which is like one of the first, I think, developers that like were the big first party titles. They also developed games such as like Warhawk, which is like a airplane shooter game, and they also like Twisted Metal 2 as well, the later series. You also got like Jet Moto 1 and 2, which is like my favorite racing games for the PlayStation era, like by far, I feel like. And it's funny because like they weren't around for that long. They were around for like maybe 5 years and they ended like in 2000, I think they finished off, I think. And then like they handed the Twisted Metal series to like 989 Studios, which I'm going to say this right now, not a fan of those, so.
Oh, see, I got the... everybody hates Twisted Metal 3 and 4, and I actually liked them. Okay. I know everybody... All right, the internet, I already feel your judgment. I reject it because that's... that... I don't know. I love playing it. It was different. I know some people shit particularly all over 4 because it was totally different. But I thought it was cool because, you know, the whole plot of like... I think it was 4. Sweet Tooth overthrew Calypso, took power, and then became like the wish granter.
Well, I'm sure it got better, like the plot wise got better, like the storyline got better with the series has evolved. But I guess you want to go back if you want to like revert back to like the first game, like, you know, the first game revolved around like it was a simple plot, like this guy named Calypso who was in charge of the Twisted Metal series, I guess, which is like pretty much like vehicles just like destroying each other and stuff. And but basically he had this like tournament going on Christmas Eve 2005, so technically it was in the future 10 years later when it got released.
Yeah, technically
1995. So
yeah, the 10th annual
Twisted Metal series, yeah. Which is pretty interesting how that works out now.
Did they ever cover how like Calypso became I feel like they might have.
They might have in the later series.
I can't remember.
Because
it's very much... it's so weird how he's just like this random guy who just grants what's like, kill everybody else and I'll grant you a wish no matter how weird it is.
And the wish is like whatever they want, whatever they desire.
But he always puts a twist on it. He always puts a twist. So you always have to choose your words because he gives you literally to the T, like exactly
like a monkey's paw type of thing. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. So,
which is
oh my god. So
it's nice twist and like a nice, you know, twisted in, I guess you can say. But
and I think that's where Twisted Metal 4 kind of messed up because I played a few different characters, and when you beat Twisted Metal 4, first off, Sweet Tooth didn't speak. He had like his little minion dude speak on his behalf.
We had that laugh,
and then he was just like, your wish has been granted. And then like that was it because they didn't really flesh out the characters. I think that's why a lot of people didn't like it. But I liked it because it was different cars and stuff like that. So,
well, I guess
like Link.
Yeah, I mean, actually, who's talking in the back? Is that Matt?
That's me. I heard that Twisted Metal was brought into the store. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so do you have any fond memories about that game?
I remember having the demo for the very first game, and I used to play the demo on repeat countless times.
What was on the demo?
On the demo, it was like a little bit of a destruction derby. That was about it. You had like Sweet Tooth, Yellow Jacket, and maybe like one other character, and that was it. So you would swap between like those few. I was always Sweet Tooth because I always enjoyed clowns and driving an ice cream truck. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, the characters were pretty unique with every game. Like, you know, we had like exactly Sweet Tooth, who's like, I guess in a way the mascot of the series, I guess, because like, he's
Pretty
always like the
much,
guy like in every cover. I feel like, you know, if you look here,
He's
you guys can
iconic.
see it.
He's even on
Like,
the front.
he's even in the front of
on
this.
the
He's in
main
the front of
front
this, so-
portion of the select screen.
He just had the craziest vehicle. I mean,
Oh, it was an ice cream truck. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a crazy
with
ice cream truck. I
machine
guess.
guns and
Yeah.
stuff on it. It was
Oh yeah,
sick.
exactly. It's like a crazy stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
So you had like Sweet Tooth, you had Dark Side, Crimson Fury. It's like Outlaw, Yellow Jacket, like Matt said. Pit Viper, I think the other one, who's like a Doom buggy type of
yes.
vehicle. There's also like Dark Side, which is like a semi truck and like just runs people over, which is awesome. Monster truck guy, like Warthog too, who's like
He was like a military.
a military vehicle, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
they're all different vehicles. Like Spectra was like a kind of like a James Bond type of thing. I think Spectra and like Crimson were like similar characters. I feel like, you know, because like they
I
both
don't really remember Crimson that much.
Crimson had that like that's like when you shoot is like special, or like when you select him, and that's like the kind of like the spy sound effect. I guess you can say it's interesting.
Okay.
The GoldenEye music.
You know, also Mr. Grimm, the guy in the
Mr.
motorcycle.
Grimm was a classic.
He had the best finishing move ever, which is like it had to shoot like a skull or souls at people, which is like destroyed everyone.
What are your top three?
Top three.
Top
Oh
three
god.
cars. And from any series, because there's more.
Well, I'm gonna
I
go
think
by.
they added after
Okay,
the first one.
if I'm gonna go by the top three series, obviously Axel. My second favorite would probably who's the other? Who's like it was a Hammerhead, I think, was like a monster truck guy.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he's like a monster
Oh, it's
truck
been
dude.
so
Hammerhead.
long.
I know. I'm trying to remember. I think Hammerhead monster truck, and number one I think is Crimson. I think he was. I like playing as him. I don't know why. I was just like a fan of playing as a kid, and
So
pretty good.
okay, so,
So
you're saying Axel, Hammerhead, and then Crimson.
yeah, Axel was from 2 though. He wasn't
What
from
was-
this one.
What was
from the original.
Hammerhead's special?
Hammerhead special? Actually, so the first one, he if you're in the proximity of like the other cars and you had a special on you, it would automatically crush the other car, like cause damage.
What? Oh,
You don't have to press any button for it. You just run them over and that was it.
I don't. I vaguely remember.
I used to use them a lot for that reason. It was an easy way just to not worry about like, oh, is this special gonna hit? Crimson had one of the hardest ones to hit. Like it was so single point, and if you miss your target, I guess like you would, you know, it's like a risk versus reward thing, but like it's worth it if you manage to hit the enemy, which is a lot of damage.
I would say
So
my
who's your- yeah.
top three would be Sweet Tooth, Axel, and Mr. Grimm. Pretty much
Okay.
because they're not exactly cars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sweet Tooth has like an ice cream truck, but that's, you know, come on. And then Axel, everybody knows Axel. He's just two massive wheels and he's just like strapped in.
Yes.
And then Mr. Grimm's on a motorcycle, which is sick.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to hit too, kind of because
Yeah, he's
pretty
super small relevant to everybody else.
But I think his damage is like if you knock him out, he's easy to knock out. I think it's like his
so
defense was awful
okay.
for obvious reasons. I think.
Yeah, but I think he moved quicker too.
Yes, he did. He moved like
He moved
yeah.
pretty quick.
So like, you have any fun memories about this game? Like anything that like stuck out to you? I guess when you played it as a kid, or what was your first thing? Like how'd you get introduced to this game? Let's start with that.
I think it started with one of my friends. I was over at one of my friend's house and he showed me the second game.
Oh wow, okay.
I think it started with the second. You know what?
You started with the second one?
I can't remember. I don't know if it was the first or the second.
All right.
And from there, I was like, "This is awesome," because I was used to playing like other stuff on PlayStation. I was like, "This is different,"
Right.
because it wasn't a racing game, and it was just unique. And I don't know. I just picked it up from there and got super into it and got super into the lore. And the only one I didn't play was that weird offshoot one.
Small brawl.
Small Brawl.
Oh my!
which was like
actually
which was like a Nickelodeon spin-off of
no. Actually, that was actually better. I thought that was better than 3 and 4. Yes.
What?
I know.
That's so weird because everybody with
Yes.
3 and 4 hates Small Brawl.
I like Small Brawl over it. I don't
Every
know.
time
That's just my opinion. So
Every time I've heard somebody say 3 and 4 sucked, it was usually immediately followed by and also Small Brawl. Because it was like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was a little.
It was weird, but like
I just had no desire to play.
I really enjoyed the gameplay from that game. Overall, like it was. I thought it was better than 3 and 4. Not better than 2 and 1. Those, I think 2 was my favorite game by far. But Small Brawl, I think, was like probably like my, in the PlayStation era, I think that was like my third favorite.
Is Small Brawl just like Hot Wheels?
Yeah, it's just a small version, like a toy version.
It was like an RC car. Like even like the ad for it was like.
Do you like playing with little things?
The house got
outside of your pants.
Like these kids sent their kid away because the house got destroyed, and he was blaming it on the little toy truck. And the parents are like, "Oh my God, our son's crazy." And then as the van pulls the kid away, the toy truck is like waving goodbye at him.
If you ever want to see your thirsty widow Froggy again, you gotta play my game.
Like they did Jet Moto 3, 99 Studios. They also did like Twisted Metal, like the later ones, and they were my favorites. Like I thought it was a downgrade compared to it. It was okay. It wasn't like the,
I get 4, but 3. I thought 3 was okay. I don't know. That's
fair.
I'm weird. I like
fair.
I like all the things that everybody hates. Except I probably wouldn't enjoy Small Brawl. But what about Black? Black was big. Black was the first one to get a rated M.
I actually I did enjoy that game.
One.
Still wasn't better than 2 and 1. Actually, okay, maybe on par with 1, but like I did play a game a lot as a kid as well, but I didn't like it definitely compared to 2, it's just like it just didn't compare. Like it was still fun.
It was kind of supposed to be 2 but better. It was almost like a reboot of this reboot sequel, or like I don't know. That's kind of the intention that I got from it. Was like
try rebooting it again. I feel like
requel?
with, the one for the PS3.
Like Scream 5.
I played a little bit of that one. I didn't really. It was okay.
I touched it a little. I didn't really pick it up too much.
But I think my fond memories. I think the first time I actually played this game was like I got a PS5 like 96, I think it was, and like
so funny over there, Matt.
What are you saying back there?
Nothing.
Talking mad smack? What?
Giggling your face off. What's going on?
Nothing. You said you touched it a little. Did you get consent?
Of course I got consent.
Good.
I paid for it.
Oh
my God.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're cutting that out.
Like, do you have any like fond memories of the Twisted Metal series at all, other than the first one being a demo, or do you have like?
I liked it. I thought it was cool because to me it was kind of like the concept of like Mortal Kombat with vehicles. So I always wanted it as a kid, and I never got it because my brother was always the main person that got all the video games. So instead of Twisted Metal, we would get Crash Bandicoot.
Hey, that's a great game though.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot's sick. I'm not complaining about Crash Bandicoot. Would have liked a little Twisted Metal in my life, though.
You should have talked him
cool.
into it, made him think it was his idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't hear the new game?
I mean, we shared a room. I should just whisper in his ear every single day.
Every night.
As he was
Sweet
sleeping.
nothings about Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Then he'd probably have a weird fixation on cars, though.
Twisted Metal Black was the first one to get the mature rating, which was cool.
And because they finally made Sweet Tooth Rupert Grint.
Wait, because he's a ginger.
Oh, no, not just that, but because Rupert Grint owned an ice cream truck for a while after
did he
Harry
really?
Potter. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
because
that.
he was living his dream.
Oh my God, he almost kind of was.
You know what? Eventually he sold it because everybody said it's creepy to own an ice cream truck and sell kids ice cream. So he sold it.
So what if he decorated the ice cream truck as Sweet Tooth, dressed up as Sweet Tooth, and then sold ice cream? Would it be less creepy or more creepy?
I think it would have been less creepy. I think he should have somebody should have said that instead of giving kids ice cream, you just have it for your friends and turn it into the Sweet Tooth truck.
Exactly. That's what I would have told him.
Sell those fake hemp lollipops out of it.
Oh my God, we're going too up. But I guess
That's okay.
I feel like I don't know if you guys remember any levels with that game too. Like,
Oh my god.
it's like arena. There's like arena. Like the first level you always remember is like the arena, which is like apparently like the arena takes place like in Calypso's underground. I guess
In LA, right? Because
Yeah.
the whole yeah.
most of the games in LA.
What?
Apparently, I guess Beverly Hills is part of LA too. So I guess it's like there's a area in there too. Like I guess the city. I guess or you take
Think
down.
so. Oh, there was
downtown.
There was the one in but it wasn't the first game.
The second game did like a world tour.
With the world tour, yeah. So they had like the Eiffel Tower, which you could blow up.
Oh yeah.
I think they even carried that into Head On for the PSP, if I remember.
Oh
correct.
okay. I'm trying to remember
There
now.
was some certain things like if you blew them up, it was like
Every single level had a destructible part to it. Like the Eiffel Tower would go down, the Statue of Liberty would like, unclothe or something like that. Not unclothe fully, but like would show like it would take off like the
Excuse
toga,
me?
whatever I think it's called. Like what was it?
Yeah.
Robe, I guess. What do I call it?
I guess yeah.
But Twisted Metal 1 had like these I think my favorite levels from Twisted Metal 1 was like the suburban I think it was called Suburbia or something like that, which is like a town. Basically, it took place in a town. It was a pretty large map. The rooftop one, which is awesome, and that's actually where you face Minion. Do you remember that little last boss you faced in Twisted Metal, Minion? A big tank guy.
Oh my god.
And his special
God.
was every single special combined. And you never play as Minion unless you get a Game Shark cheap.
Game Shark's awesome.
Yeah, I know you say that, man.
I missed the
But-
Game Shark that you would have to plug into
We-
the back of your PlayStation and hit the little switch on it to turn it on.
Matt's the cheating expert.
I love
He is.
cheats.
If you have any
Cheating's
questions
great.
about Game Shark, just
Unless
go
it's
right
in a
and ask him.
relationship. Then it's no bueno.
You can never play as Minion unless you have a Game Shark cheat, I believe. But it was pretty cool because you always want to play as him. But the second game, you actually can play as him, which is awesome. But the first game, yeah, you just face him off, and he was always the final boss, which is awesome. I think the second game, what was the guy's name? Dark Tooth or whatever it was called.
Tooth.
Did you play Head On?
Head On. I
I'll apply
PSP?
directly to you for
never played Head On for the PSP.
That was like. What'd you say, Matt?
I'm sorry, I had a little advertisement moment. Head on, apply directly to your forehead.
Okay. So I played that game almost that was one of two games I played on the PS. I had other games with PSP, and I always came back to those two.
I never owned a PSP. I feel like the only time I would get one is for Persona or something like that. But Persona 4.
It was I thought it was really good. I don't know if
PSP,
everybody else enjoys it, but the weird thing was one of the I don't know if he was the final. I think he was the final boss. There was this thing called Tooth Tower. And
okay.
it was literally like
Donald Trump's teeth.
tank base, and then it was like this steel structure that went like 100. I don't know if it was like 100 feet, but it was tall enough where like if you were in the car, you couldn't see the top.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then it was like a big like spinning sweet tooth head.
That's pretty cool. I
It
never.
was
Okay. I never knew
weird
that.
as shit, and he was a pain in the ass to fight.
Oh wow. So
And then when
basically,
you
the last
played
was
it,
Tower.
I think you could play him. He was like a pain in the ass to play as, but I don't know.
Oh wow. Okay. I never. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was interesting how the way they ended. It was actually kind of cool seeing them come back to like Calypso granting wishes and stuff again, because I think, like I had gone back to playing Twisted Metal 4.
Oh man. Thoughts and prayers.
and then I jumped straight into PSP, and I was like, oh right, the wishes.
So, I mean-
real wishes, where you actually get to see the results instead of Sweet Tooth just snapping his fingers or whatever.
Right.
Thanos
So did you have like,
style.
a favorite
Like
game?
Thanos. What?
Did you have a favorite game? Like in the whole series, what was your favorite game?
I don't even know.
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say 2. I already know it for a fact. It's 2 flat out.
I want to say 2, but I feel like that's like everybody's response.
Wow.
Well, because I think it was done well. It was like better than the first one, and I think it was like
It's upgraded.
it was like an upgrade, but like
sequels
it
are
done
better.
well though. Usually sequels aren't like always the best, but like this
Yeah.
this it was like it just was overall my favorite.
Oh no, I feel like
Twisted Metal was
Resident
also
Evil
like my. I'm still gonna say my second favorite, along with like I don't know, but Twisted Metal Black was another good one too.
Yeah, that's true. I think
PS3 was okay.
I
I
think-
didn't.
I think the one I played the most was Head On, because
Okay.
it was on the PSP. So like anytime I was in the car or whatever, I just played it, and I spent a lot more time on that game than I did on any other Twisted Metal game. What do you think was the most annoying weapon?
There was a freeze fucking missile in that game.
I hated that one.
Like in Twisted Metal itself, the freeze missile, or fucking what I'm call it, that was the most annoying one, because like basically if someone hits you with that, you're frozen for a few seconds, and like it's just you can't do anything about it. You can't move at all. It doesn't hurt you, it just makes you frozen. That was probably like the one I hated the most, I feel like. What about you?
Damn. I think it was the homing missiles. Because you couldn't really escape them, and they moved super fast.
I think one of the characters had like a homing missile too, and that was kind of annoying. But it went. I think it was Spectre actually. His missile would go through everything, like go through the ground, the walls and stuff like that. It was like, and you couldn't avoid it at all. Matt, what about you? What would you say? Like, you didn't like?
Me not liking, I don't know. I liked all the stuff because I'm a mischievous person and enjoy stuff. That's why I like Mario Kart. I like using all this stuff. And that's why I like playing Smash Brothers with weapons on.
I guess so too.
Because I like collecting everything and being like, what?
I mean, it was cool. I just like, I get annoyed, like, oh, come on. He hits the freeze thing and like, I can't do anything. It's like, come on.
Who do you think had the most annoying special?
Honestly, if I wasn't playing as him, it would be Sweet Tooth. I think his special was like freaking chaotic shit, and like it was just like be moving all over the place. Just like,
see, I like that though. That was like,
no, I mean, if you play as him, yes, but if you play against him, it's not fun. Against him.
Okay, that's true. That's
the only thing. The weakest special, I feel like it's I think it's Darkseid actually. I think he had his special was shit. I thought his was like wasn't that great, and like I don't know. I think we were playing as him before, and I didn't like his special. It was like not fun. I think they fixed in later ones.
Oh, it was a laser beam.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's what I remember. Like it wasn't that great. Oh, Matt, you have one?
Oh, nah, I was just thinking that it smells like a time for us to go to one of our delicious sponsors.
Ooh.
Maybe ice cream related in honor of Sweet Tooth.
Or
not, I don't know.
Sick. All right, so we're going to go to a quick ad break, and we'll be back.
Hey, do you want to buy your levels in Fortnite like this guy over here and get the Spider-Man for this current season or later seasons? I don't know, what depends on what's gonna happen.
You're just salty because I got to level 100 before you did.
Yeah, but I'm higher than you now. I gotta buy more levels.
Because you bought your levels.
But if you plan on buying levels to get Spider-Man or any of the skin for the Battle Pass, use the content creator code SPACEZAMBONIE.
Go buy your levels because we all do it. Who plays games anymore? Like, no, you buy your stuff.
That way you can feel like Jaden Smith. You can feel like you have the financial amount and clout of Jaden Smith, but you're getting it at like half the time that any other noob would. So guess what? Purchase your levels like a real man. Get on there.
Yeah, give your money
to SPACEZAMBONIE.
Give your money to SPACEZAMBONIE and Fortnite.
Yeah, be Jaden Smith and Karate Kid meeting Jackie Chan.
Did we get sponsored by Jackie? What's happening right now?
I just leveled up my advertisement game with code SPACEZAMBONIE on Fortnite.
So, Matt brought up leveling up. So, if you're trying to level up in life, sometimes it's hard because you just run out of energy. Good thing is, if you go to repsports.com and use code SPACEZAMBONIE.
Oh shit, I got there now.
Oh my god.
This guy.
Wait, what's it called? Repsports.com. Ooh, I want to try this.
And then at checkout, you use code SPACEZAMBONIE.
And then what happens?
And then you get a discount. I believe it's 15%.
And then what happens?
And then you get to drink it. You get to feel energized. You don't crash. Coffee doesn't even work for me anymore. It's actually really bad. I tried to have a cup of coffee the other day because I didn't have a can of Raze. Made me feel worse.
Raze Energy 12. Oh, wow. This is a good deal. I'm going to buy them right now.
Yeah, coffee's for losers now.
I'm watching.
Thanks to Raze Energy.
Buy that now.
I'm buying it right now.
You're committed to this bit. You're doing it.
That's the same.
Hit the checkout button.
I bought it. It's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. The ad break was about ladders for moths to get out of baths
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
when they get trapped in the bath, even though they have wings. Some people will get that reference. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so we're back. We're going to talk about
The future, I guess. You want like
The fu-
discuss about the future?
before we get to the
Oh, you
future-
want to go over the future? Okay.
what about like the gameplay between the different. So like a lot of people coming back to 3 and 4. A lot of people didn't like 3 and 4 because they messed with the controls, and it was different.
Yep.
But then somebody once I saw somebody review it, and they were like, "Well, you know, it's like you said it was like Mortal Kombat, or was it Matt? I think it was Matt.
Actually, Matthew did.
Yeah, it was like Mortal Kombat. It's like you can't expect a game like this to have racing controls. It's got to be a little different." But what do you think? Is that kind of why you didn't like 3 and 4?
3 and 4, yeah, the controls are a little bit weird, and just like the gameplay just felt off, or like it just wasn't like my type of. Like I just like I said, like I think one was great, and 2 just like okay, 1 was good, but the second one like made it even like better. Like it did an improvement on the controls.
Kind of, yeah.
The gameplay was so fun. It was smooth, fluid, everything. It was just like it was always fun to play multiplayer with people as well. Like play with my friends and stuff. We always have a great time playing that stuff. Usually the controls are like
What do you think about 2 versus Twisted Metal Black? Since Black was kind of picking back up where it was left off, and some people would even say that it's kind of like
they definitely
another 2, but it was kind of like better.
I personally didn't. I mean, I still enjoy that game, but I thought 2 was still like my favorite.
Really?
Out of all, yeah. Gameplay wise and everything, I think it was still my favorite overall.
Okay.
Like Black was still great. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoyed that game. Everything. It was definitely better than 3 and 4.
I just kind of adapt to the game. The control thing, I mean, it was a little weird, but you know, you adapt. It's not always gonna be perfect. My opinion, I wish they had kept up with the series. They kind of dropped off. Would have been nice if they had come out with one for PS4.
I want them to come out one and have Lightning McQueen in it.
Ka-chow. Yeah.
Ka-chow.
See, now that I think they spent so much time pushing God of War that they were just like, you know what? We don't need. It was kind of annoying. It was also.
Well, God of War. They also had. They also had like a couple. They had Gran Turismo. They had.
Yeah,
They had like
but-
Naughty Dog as well. They had like all that
the
stuff.
creator of Twisted Metal kind of dropped Twisted Metal and was like, okay, we're gonna just go balls to the wall with God of War, and then that was just like all they worked on. And it was like, but Twisted Metal was kind of what brought PlayStation into the future of gaming, in my opinion. So it's almost a little. I'm kind of annoyed that they didn't keep up with it or even release one for PS4.
But that's a lot of games. I mean, look at Power Up of the Rapper. They had 2 games on PlayStation 1, and that was one of the earliest games.
Yeah, and they fucked up on that one too.
Yeah, and then they just are like, oh, he's dead. Then he was in, the PlayStation All-Stars game, and then that was really it.
Yeah, they seem to be doing that for the PlayStation All Stars game, like with just bringing back to the past. But
They did scrap a game, but still, it's still kind of annoying. Like they just haven't.
so I guess there are rumors about like with it being a new game.
Yeah,
a new.
Well, we
a new-
just saw that there's a rumor that there's one coming out for PS5, which would be awesome.
What if it was that scrap game?
As,
I mean,
as
it'd
long
be
as
great.
it's good.
as long as they kind of bring it
storyline's
back to what
garbage.
like the fold, I guess.
Yeah,
like
as
how it
long as
was.
they don't try and pull some shit. Like, I'd really like to see him kind of come out strong with like.
When Twisted Metal came out, it was like one of the first series that like did this
Of
sort
its
of thing. I
kind.
feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember personally. Like there were games that did destroy like vehicles with like guns and stuff, but this did like in this kind of magnitude, I guess, or like this thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
like Mario Kart except Destruction Derby stuff.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
yeah. And then people copied and mimicked the hell out of Twisted Metal.
There was this game for the PS2, I think I'm gonna say. Like, and it was kind of funny because I remember getting this game as a kid too. It was like WWE. They had their own like car combat game. Oh man, what was it called? I do remember that game. It was a great game, and
I didn't play it. I heard about it, but
it was okay. That game was actually fun for what it was.
but still, that was probably inspired by Twisted Metal. So it just seems like
oh yeah, of course, absolutely.
All
it's-
those people are posers.
it's just a game that's so rooted in gaming history, and I feel like it just doesn't get a lot of the recognition it deserves. Now, apparently, there's a TV series in the works. Which, what do you think about that?
I mean, usually I'm not a big fan when it comes to series and stuff, but TV series and like just like anything that games adaptations of movies or like television, like it's never bodes well. Like, you know.
Yeah, I get nervous whenever they say like, we're gonna take this game and we're gonna. It's like, oh.
I'm worried they're gonna butcher it. I don't know. Like Last of Us series might do the same thing, but like.
I think
I have a lot of hope for the Last of Us series, but I don't want to be crushed because I want to get my expectations low enough that I'm going to have fun with it. Unlike the Resident Evil movie that they released recently, Welcome to Raccoon City, where it's got a lot of tidbits to the, like all of the storylines and everything, like little nods to the series in general. Then it was just like a mess. So I'm worried about them doing what like a Twisted Metal series or whatever it is, them like slopping together a million games and trying to make it cohesive.
I don't know. So I always get nervous whenever they try and take a game and turn it into something else.
I think PlayStation did release something like last year, I think with PS5, like Destruction All-Stars or something like that. I think it was called like, was it Destruction like something like that? Like where it basically destroyed other vehicles, like, you know.
But see, I feel like that was another way for them to be like, well, we're not going to give you a new Twisted Metal, but we got this other thing.
Yeah, here's this knockoff.
And it was just like it was a knockoff of Twisted Metal. And I feel like at that point, if they were going to do that, they should have just made another Twisted Metal.
Yeah, which is insane because I feel like they could have like used the IP for some reason they didn't. I guess they wanted to appeal to kids or something like that. But like,
maybe
it did look cool when it first saw. I'm like, oh, is this Twisted Metal? But you know, it's
not.
bring Twisted Metal back. It'd be kind of nice. So have an adult one. So
that could be it, though, right? You're right with the appealing to kids because since Black, it's been like more. If they are so, they've said they're working on a TV series, but I have yet to see. I haven't heard about it in a while. If you were to fan cast Sweet Tooth, who would you cast?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, you dick.
I vote Ron Perlman.
It's a me. It's
Let's see how he does in Mario first. Wait,
No,
Matt, what'd you say?
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
He's got huge fucking teeth.
You know what, though? That's actually not a bad cast. That's actually good. I like that.
Oh, who would you cast as Sweet Tooth though? If without, you know.
You know who I was thinking of?
John Cena.
No, he was in Gotham. He played
Harvey Weinstein.
no, he played he played the captain of the Gotham City Police Department, and then he like went crazy because he was exposed to Alice's blood, and I think he becomes judge. Oh my god, what's his name? I don't even know his name.
Damn.
I think he would make a decent Sweet Tooth. But I actually now that I'm thinking about Ron Perlman, I don't know. I think that might be better.
You know what's kind of funny? I was thinking Mr. Grimm, who plays him. Nicolas Cage.
I was gonna smack you.
What about Mr.
Is that what you
Beast?
thought
Because
too?
he just likes to.
No. I was gonna say if you say Nicolas Cage, I'll smack you. And you said
What?
Why? Who'd you say?
What? Mr. Beast? Because he just destroys everything. He'll make the actual theme park for the cars and then destroy
All right, who would you put
everything.
Mrs. Grimm then? If you had a
Mrs. Grimm?
Mr. Grimm. Mr. Grimm.
I don't know.
Dan Schneider.
Dan
Yeah.
Schneider.
I feel like he would be Sweet Tooth.
Nah, he'd be cool.
Don't
be
do that to
Sugarfoot.
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth's brother.
Actually, he might be.
Don't do that to poor Needles Kane.
So,
Yeah, okay.
All right, so I think the customer's been waiting long enough, and he wants an evaluation.
he's just
on his
like-
game. Sorry,
he's really
Matt.
pissed. He's really pissed off. He's a person who's really pissed off at us right now. I guess just like talking about stuff.
So, what do you think the first Twisted Metal is worth today,
What
in
I
your opinion?
what I think it's worth
What should we give this?
to get a working. Well,
Okay, so let's put it two prices. If it's mint still in the plastic and opened, used.
oh, if it's mint version, it's like $300. I feel like
300?
it's a mint version. You're paying. Okay, you're paying a mint version of it.
Brand new? Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're paying for a sealed version, but Honestly, honestly, do you want to look at the computer right now? See like what?
Well, all right. So hold on.
Oh, you want to go?
Well, what do you think if it was used?
Oh, used. If I would pay used copy like this one, for example.
Like this one's scratched to shit. What would you pay for that?
Well, if it's working, as long as it's working.
If it's functional.
If it's working and functional, I would probably pay about, let's say, like $39.
39.
Mm-hmm. What would you pay for it, like for a working copy like that? Just working copy.
Brand new or
no, just
or
working
used?
copy. No,
working copy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like $25.
Okay, that's fair enough. You want to look?
I mean, if it like this one's missing like the booklet. If it had the booklet, I'd probably go up to 30.
Probably this copy and stuff. I mean, it won't be worth that much. I'm saying 25.
If it was a complete thing, I'd go up to 30.
Actually, maybe 20. I'm gonna say honestly.
And maybe if it wasn't scratched, I'd go up to 30. Yeah.
The Pawn Stars valuation of this video game.
Oh yeah, let's bring in someone from a lot of games.
Let's bring in Chumley from Pawn Stars. So Chumley says that the entire game with the manual tested with free shipping comes out to $44.79.
Can I?
That's a lot of chunk of change.
That's what it is. That's what it's worth. How much again? Say it again, sir.
$44.79. That's according to Chumley.
Is that for a used copy? I guess was a regular used copy with like the manual and stuff.
Yeah,
or
it's complete with the manual.
It's fair. You're paying for the manual. You're paying for.
I'm cheap, so.
Then you would probably really like the disc tested only one for $20. That's a steal. Are
you serious?
Acceptable condition. Let's look at that. Oh yeah, look at those scratches on it. Reminds me of a disc that's nearby.
Matt, what do you think? Do you think it'd be worth the money for $45 if you paid for it?
$45 if the disc works and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome. Yeah, I would pay $45 to bring back my childhood. That'd be sweet.
All right, so the customer, I guess to you, best I can do is $2. Well, I guess that's about does it for today's episode of Nostalgia Critique. I'm Mark.
I'm Dan.
I'll see you later.
I'm Matt. Bye. I'm the manager today.